God damn, I have a wonderful hairline. All right. Okay, now it looks like the stream is under control. I apologize. Is that a thousand apologies. Anyway, hold on, I gotta yawn. I think. Yawns always want to get in the way of me talking. I swear. I swear. Man. Okay, so now let's go over the MODKAAM Empire. Now, the MODKAAM are small digigrade type creatures, rear-facing legs. They have an upper body that almost resembles a human, with a long semi-rectangular head. And I don't actually know if I've drawn a picture of one. No time like the present. And these creatures are the predecessors to pretty much everything. They created all life in the universe. Would I say they are engineers? Maybe they're more like engineers by accident. Just saying. The MODKAAM, they had to figure things out. When they out evolutionized the Vital in Lucifer and Michael's competition and won, they, oh, for the love of Christ, they grew to understand how the universe worked. And for the most part, they figured out how everything is. There you go. Heads like that, with long spines running down the back of their heads. They had long or semi-broad shoulders, but they were mostly, for the most part, creatures of intelligence and understanding and, benevolence, that kind of thing. Let's give these guys some long arms. Yeah, there we go. Oh, perfect. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Okay, well, there you go. Boom. Some MODKAAM creatures like that. They had gray skin, long black spines running down the backs of their head. They have stone architecture that places them at having no mouths, red eyes, dark gray slate skin, that kind of thing. However, if they didn't have mouths, then they were probably telekinetic or telepathic or whatever have you. They existed a long, long time ago, and there was an enormous span of time when the universe had no life. But there's a story before all of that, but I'm going to get into that in just a second. The MODKAAM created pretty much all of their technology to be very akin to nature. For example, I don't have any stones near me. My stones are over there. They made their technology seem as if it were natural, as if it were part of the worlds that they created. They've created even entire worlds, entire systems, entire galaxies in some cases that are like they operate in a very specific set standard. They did all of this because, well, they could. They're the only ones in the universe. Who's going to complain? They've broken the laws of physics many, many times. They've done lots of crazy things. And all of those crazy things line up into things like gates, 2 stone pillars that between them there would be like a mirror, I guess. It almost looks like liquid, like in Stargate. And you can walk through it and instantly be in another location. Instantly. There's no visual travel time, but there is a sensation. I'll talk about that in a second. Beyond all of their technologies as well, that all of their technology was just left there. Now I'll talk about that in a second as well. So this ancient race spanning the entirety of the universe snuffed out so quickly, so suddenly. How is it that that is possible? Like, one would think, hey, this galactic empire, or this universe spanning empire would be able to survive somewhat to a degree. But once again, there's a lot of factors that played into all of this. Upon creating the empire and I love yawning. Upon creating the empire and subsequently spreading across the cosmos, the MODKAAM figured out that they were the only ones and that they could pretty much do whatever they wanted. And so that's exactly what they did. They ended up doing ungodly things. They learned how to make stasis. They learned how to make fear technology. They learned how to make gates. They learned how to make. They learned how to stop hunger. They learned how to increase their livelihood. They learned how to, for lack of better terms, play God. And they did a lot of things that were amazing. One of the other remarkable things that they've done is create what is known as the Book of Knowing. I promise you guys I'm not tired. Think of the Book of Knowing as a very simple, run-of-the-mill, leather-bound book with simple paper parchment. However, there's a lot more than just simple paper and simple leather and simple binding. The Book of Knowing was an artifact that they used to essentially record all of everything in the known universe, and it put it down in those papers. Well, it is also said in the laboratory where it was created and the information is currently held that the thing that they used to write all of the information was the finger of Lucifer, where Lucifer literally detached his own finger and gave it to the MODKAAM so that it could write all of the information on that paper. Now, once again, paper is subjective. You could open up the Book of Knowing as a normal person and you would just see blank sheets of paper. There's nothing on there. It just looks like typical paper. It feels like typical paper. Looks, even smells like typical paper. Like, everybody knows what a new book smells like. Well, that's exactly what the Book of Knowing smells like. A new book. However, the only way for you to actually read it is to put it under a special lens. And in some cases, use certain attributes on it. However, I don't want to give too much away pertaining the Book of Knowing. Just know that it is an artifact that you will see in pretty much all of my universes. The Book of Knowing, I mean. It is in Lemur. It's in Short Sight. It's in Stories of Illusatris. It's in Stories of Kodera. It's in Zombocalypse. It's in Red Steam. It's in Nexus Empire. It's in the Amazing Gods series. Only a couple times. But not this book, but the Book of Knowing is an incredibly powerful artifact. And it holds all of the truths that are in the universe upon its creation. So it's filled with all of the information of pretty much the entirety of the ether. So what's so special about it? That's another question. So many questions. I love talking about the Amazing Gods stuff, and I like diving into its lore, and I could explain what makes it so useful and what makes it so such a demanding object for pretty much everything, but that would ruin it. It really would, and I am struggling to not. But enough of that. So let's talk about the MODKAAM themselves, being small, being gray, being red-eyed creatures with fingers and toes and all that other phalange nonsense. They were a very social creature, and being alive so long ago and not really having the morals that humans would have now, living in their life, it would be atrocious. But oh no, I hate yawning because it always interrupts my work. The MODKAAM built pretty much everywhere, and where they couldn't build, they would build. I'm so sorry. My bad, Marlon. The MODKAAM created their civilization everywhere, anywhere that they could, from cliffside villages to enormous expanses of plains, up on the highest mountains, or even below them, in the deepest of trenches, or even in the most shallow of water, upon rivers and banks and sand dunes and everywhere, even in toxic environments or otherwise. They made their place everywhere. And they were very logical creatures that they understood how the universe worked, which is how they birthed the spiritual belief known as the universal fundamentals. I'll talk about that in a minute, but their empire expands everything, everywhere. There's temples on what is supposed to be future day Earth. They built the entire quote unquote solar system where this is. They built the entire solar system on the basis that everything would work exactly as intended. There would be extinctions, there would be apocalypses, there would be cleansings, all of it everywhere, not just our solar system, everywhere would work like this. Everything had a function. Everything moved in that specific manner. Within reason, of course, not everything was watched and monitored. And sometimes places there were accidents, as accidents do happen in the universe. The universe does not care, and it will make something happen. But basically, sometimes things would happen and certain things wouldn't go as planned. One such example is the Seolans. The Seolans were designed to be completely wiped out so that another race could take its place. However, the asteroid that was intended for their world didn't quite make it because another rock bumped into another rock, so on and so forth. Chain effect, knocked it off course ever so slightly. Boom, Seolans were saved. But they didn't even know that. They didn't even know that. They really didn't even know that. And mind you, this was also during like the tribal nomadic period of their history. But the MODKAAM, sorry, I'm ADHD rants. Woo! The MODKAAM were so advanced, so unbelievably advanced, that they made the pinnacle of their technology, which is on the technological chart where it goes from T1 to T12 or something like that. The highest technological trade is T12. They made it to T12 in just under 8 million years, which is that is very, very fast. That is T12. You're supposed to be making it to T12 technology, which T12 technology is indistinguishable from nature, completely indistinguishable. MODKAAM technology is slightly indistinguishable. You could look at the side of a MODKAAM temple and be like, yeah, it looks like stone, but doesn't sound or feel like stone. Like the glittering temples, they have gray stone on them that glitters in the sunlight. You also don't want to get too close to a MODKAAM temple because remember when I said about the fear technology? All MODKAAM temples have fear technology imbibed in their walls. If you were to try and go towards the temple, it would do this. Oh, and then you start having hallucinations. And then you start having auditory hallucinations. And then visual hallucinations. And then you can feel your blood crawling with insects. And it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until it is unbearable, and so on and so forth. MODKAAM technology was specifically designed to stop other creatures from getting closer, because they knew that other creatures would eventually take the mantle. They knew that the way that things are, eventually they would be replaced. They understood it. Well, I gotta yawn again. Can I like? Oh my god! Can I? Here we go. We'll do video link, boom, and then I'm gonna hit you with the. I got to like send out this link to pretty much everybody. I'll put this in off topics. Bump, 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 bump. I've got a peer review right here that says, bump, 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 bump. Says you're a pussy. Sorry. I have to actually put my. I don't actually. Oh my god! I'm so sorry, guys. I am like doing this in the middle of doing pretty much everything else that I'm supposed to be doing right now. This is kind of shitty. I can put this in art. Let's put that in art. Oh my god. Oh my god. Boom. Put that in there. Give me a minute. Here we go. Put that there. I am literally just throwing my stream down on like all of these Discord channels. Let's do stream promo. Boom. And then we'll put it in here. Yeah. Live streams. Boom. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Look at that. Yeah. I'm literally just putting it in pretty much everywhere. What is this? Sometimes you see a meme and you have to like reconsider life. You know what I mean? You know, those memes. Like half of these fucking memes in this channel, I swear to God. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, that. Okay. I think I've posted it in pretty much every channel I need to. So. Meow, 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 meow. All right. Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So now that I'm done spreading my live stream around, now I'm going to actually talk about what makes the MODKAAM so interesting. Besides being technologically advanced, incredibly intelligent, and all this morally ambiguous creatures, it was during the reign of Child Emperor Anchiwald Svalid that proved their incredible downfall. Now, they can be intelligent. They can harness the power of technology to do everything that they need to do. But there's one thing you're not supposed to do, and that's play God. You're not supposed to create creatures. You're not supposed to do the things that they did. But that's what they did. Anchiwald Svalid was a very lonely emperor in his youth, and he was groomed for the entirety of his life to be the king. He was born into a royal family. He was grown in the aspect that he would never interact with any of the other MODKAAM. His only job was to rule, but Anchiwald Svalid, he just wanted a friend. So he told his scientists when he was, indicted into the
indicted. When he became emperor, he asked his scientist team to create him something that would play with him back. I talked about this in the last stream, but I want to go over it in full detail. The scientist team wasn't really sure what he was talking about because at the time, even though as medically advanced as they were, they didn't understand one of the most key components of the universe, which was creation. Being the creation of Lucifer, the Protanus, they still didn't understand the concept. They still didn't understand how it worked. Life is a miracle. Life is something that is you can't explain it very well, can you? You know, it just happens. Thanks to Lucifer, of course, but the power of that, the MODKAAM had trouble grasping, had they the ability to understand the concept of life. They knew how death worked. You expire, you stop living, you just, you know, pretty simple stuff. Living, however, is far more complex. To the MODKAAM, this lack of understanding, helped them kill themselves, along with other factors such as gates in their cargo vessels and their extreme expanse and extreme need to be interlocked and interchanged with each other. A lot of stuff really helped this downfall. A lot of stuff, but things that they didn't see coming, of course. Well, the scientists first thought, you know what, let's make some robots, which was pretty simple for them to do. They just made they moved a consciousness from one MODKAAM into this machine in an attempt to, sate their emperor. But it didn't work because it turns out putting your consciousness inside of a robot actually isn't a very good idea at all. Not at all. That robot was basically dead. It had no life in it. Sure, it had a consciousness, it could think, but it couldn't feel. It couldn't understand, it couldn't think, it couldn't do. It was just a thing by that point. It wasn't flesh and blood. It wasn't what the king wanted. And so they trashed that concept. They said, okay, none of that. That didn't work. Like the fucking moral ambiguous creatures they are, they just threw the object away like it was common trash. To us humans, man, oh my god. Have you ever seen the... this might get me demonetized, and I do not own the movie. To the FBI watching this list, I'm not pirating it, but Chappie is an amazing movie. Disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but I love the movie, but the concept of putting a consciousness inside of a robot prior being a human, they hit that one right on the nail, but they also missed and hit the fucking board, Anyway, their next project then was to create something like them. What is like them? What is like a MODKAAM? A MODKAAM is a gray-skinned, red-eyed, black-scaled down its back, digigrade type creature that's very, very intelligent and very, this, that, those, and the others. Well, that did not work. It didn't work, and it turns out that what they've done was one of the greatest mistakes in their entire existence. Instead of creating life, they brewed what is known as real nightmare fuel. It's as if oil got up and was begging for mercy, begging for death, begging for release. It had no shape. It had no mouth, no eyes, no nothing. It was just, it's as if you were looking at evil, because it screamed and it begged and it cried, and it was loud. It was unbearably loud. Well, the MODKAAM scientists sealed it in a crystalline chamber, realizing their mistake, that making life from scratch is not okay, and they should not have done that. They put it in that crystalline chamber, they opened up the world, and they just cast it in and forgot about it. They forgot about it. But then they learned something from this. They learned from that mistake. They learned how to put things together by studying themselves, their genes, their smallest possible components, that they could understand how to control it, how to guide it in the right direction, how to put everything together to make something. The secret of life was then exposed to them. And then they realized it. They can't just make something from scratch. That's not how it works. They have to take a little bit of them and put it into the thing. So that's exactly what they did. The MODKAAM, I wonder if I can turn my microphone around. Hold on. Penis enlargement pills. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I know everyone says, "Oh my god, you have such a really nice microphone." No, this is like a $26 buy off of eBay. I really need to get a new microphone, as I don't like doing this, putting my mouth on my microphone. I'd like to be like over here talking about it, but it sounds like I'm talking through like 5 sheets of cotton. This sounds like I'm right up on the microphone. Anyway. So, the MODKAAM created their second creature. That's what I'm saying! It sounds like I'm on the other side of the house. So, the MODKAAM created their second born. And this time they built them how they thought things were going to look in the future. Using their incredible intuition and their intelligence, they created a creature that was large, that was strong, that was benevolent, that was kind, that was understanding, and for the most part, intelligent. The MODKAAM created what is known today as the Ceolin. Ceolin, C-E-L. I am the creator of the lore. How do you not know this? There we go. It's because I'm fucking stupid. Anyway, Ceolan. Ceolin. Exactly. Spot on, Merlin. The MODKAAM created the Ceolin. Mind you, these were empty vessels that, for the most part, were not... that, for the most part, didn't function. But they were asleep, if that makes any sense. And the MODKAAM sealed the Ceolins in this white crystalline chamber and made, what was it? Ended up making about 100 of Ceolins. 4 types specifically. The Acutians, the Brahmin, the Chedians, and the Kolkar. However, even though they created them to be very pure creatures that would only accept genetic code from one or the other parent, they still had MODKAAM genes in them. And MODKAAM do not work the same way as a Ceolin would. If a mother and a father get together, they will take genetic traits from both of them, making their child. The Ceolins, however, those pure types as they're called, they will get together, mother and father, and make a child, but it'll only come from genetic traits from a mom or a dad. making either very masculine women or very feminine men, or conversely, very masculine men and very feminine women. The genetic line of Seolans, about 100 of them, 200 or something like that, they were stored away in a big laboratory, and then the MODKAAMs. The MODKAAM. They got a little hunger for that. They started realizing, wait a second, we're actually really good at this. So then they made the Dracor, and then they made the Selosian, and then they made the Thydrodin, and then they made everything underneath the sun: the Wolgar, fish, squid, octopus, crabs, shellfish, plants, trees, birds, lizards, everything. Colossoids, slimoids, elementoids, humanoids, reptoids, you name it. They made everything. Everything. Anything that they could set their minds on. From all the way to the fully built Seolans, all the way down to the most microbial of germs that would eventually come in contact with each other some far distance away off in the cosmos. Exactly as prescribed in their story. That's how it would happen. Everything happening according to plan. And they would build worlds for these creatures. They would go out and they would build an entire world specifically for this creature to live on. Like Earth. Earth is a cyber world. Did y'all know that in the Amaze Me Gods universe? There's a second person. Hey. Hello. Greetings. Salutations. I am no wasted words. Or you can call me Power. Or you can call me Mr. Spade. I like Mr. Spade though, so. Anyway. I don't know who that is, but hi. The MODKAAM created as much as they possibly could. Yo, Rock Duke. They made as much as they possibly could, and Archibald Smallwood was happy. His empire was thriving. His people were happy. Everything was hunky dory. And as all things go and all civilizations go through, accidents started happening all over the galaxy, all over the universe, and it was getting bad. It was getting really bad, and it got really bad really fast, and they were trying to figure it out. The Unbeing came back with a vengeance. Blood-curdling scream wherever it went, and every time it ate something, it would grow, and it would get bigger, and it would infect more bodies. And when I say infect, I mean it would take over their bodies and forcibly change their entire DNA structure to suit their environment, growing bone blades out of its hands and long fangs from its... Well, MODKAAM don't have jaws, so free fucking real estate, huh? The Unbeing was monstrous. Absolutely monstrous. I cannot tell you too much, but a lot of the race was gone in a flash of a moment. The Unbeing spread so unbelievably fast because of the gate system that they had. All of their gates were interconnected with each other. An Unbeing could take over one MODKAAM, walk through the gate, and spread itself there. And nobody would know the better. Nobody did know the better. Nobody saw this coming. Archibald Svalid, when he finally saw it coming, it was everywhere, and he couldn't stop it. It was everywhere, and all of his people were dying. The last message that was resounding off of the sides of the universe was, "To dust I go, to dust I return." Merlin might recognize that quote. That quote resonated throughout the entirety of the universe, and for a relatively unknown reason, every MODKAAM everywhere at the same time disappeared. Would it say magic? Would it say divine intervention? Did Lucifer come through and save all of his creation? Did they all jump into the gates to some other place? Perhaps they're right next to us and we don't even know that. Or maybe they really did all die. Maybe the unbeing consumed all of them, and when it ran out of a food source, it went into hibernation. Who knows? As I sure don't. All of them are just gone. They left the plates to fossilize, the food, fields of stasis still open and up, still holding on to the creatures inside there for millennia. They built stasis fields pretty much everywhere. These stasis fields, inside of them, it would contain them in a like super slowed down like version of time. It would slow down the effect of time. It wouldn't completely stop it, but it would slow it down, and it slowed it down to an absolute fucking snail's crawl. And that happened all over the universe. But besides that, before they were completely defeated, the MODKAAM knew that they shouldn't let life die here. They weren't going to allow that. My eyeball. So, they released their creations. They let them go to their worlds and hope they were not detected by the unbeing. Life spread to the stars, to all of their coordinated planets, to all of their pre-assigned locations, to do their pre-assigned things, to go through pre-assigned evolution. And the universe was cold for a long, long time. A very, very long time. It was dark. It was damp. It was the unbeing trying to find every last survivor, but failing. And I'm pretty sure the unbeing can starve because it was just gone. There was nothing. The unbeing exacted its vengeance and killed everything. Perhaps it did. Perhaps it didn't. Maybe the MODKAAM got away. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they opened up their portals and as soon as they went through, closed them, trapping themselves inside portal space. We'll talk about that later. The MODKAAM effectively went extinct. Doesn't matter how you cut it, they are no longer here in this universe. The Amazing Gods universe. They are no longer here. They're no longer around. They're gone. I'm not sleepy, I promise. So, with all the creatures now floating to their, associated places, now that they've gone off to go do their things, the universe slowly began to heal. And the MODKAAM and all of their technology and all of their civilization was forgotten. Dirt rose over their mounds. Gates collapsed and turned derelict. Temples, too. Without the upkeep that it needed, it faded into the ether. Some places, like Terminus 5, was a cyber world that self-destructed. It self-destructed because it was basically on the verge of the unbeing, and it had to stop it. Terminus 5 is a super weapon, by the way, a galactic fucking super weapon, or at least part of a galactic super weapon. Unfortunately, since it no longer functions, this super weapon does not work anymore. Same thing with another place, but I'll talk about that in a second. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, boy, and I'm getting up to that hour mark, and I did promise myself I would not do an hour-long video, so I am going to cut it short here. Sorry, guys. So let's close off with a couple of notes here about the MODKAAM people. I'm so sorry, Rock. I know. I said 30 minutes. I said 30 minutes. I said 30 minutes. I'm at 39 minutes. I'm at 40 minutes. I'm so sorry. And thank you, Rock. I appreciate it. However, this is only a very, 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 very small part of the lore. Oh my god. Fine. I'll do it to 42 minutes. All right. Let's talk about the main creatures of the Amaze Me Gods universe is not the MODKAAM. They were the Seolans. And everyone knows what the Seolans are. They are giant humanoid-esque creatures, biologically and fundamentally different from humans, but they look like them. They look like you and me, just, well, big. The Seolans, when they emerged from their crystalline chambers, when they finally landed on their new world, they didn't recall anything. They didn't recall anything. They didn't know where they came from. They just crawled out of their chambers, looked around, was like, oh, okay. All right. They get out of their chambers and they start trying to figure things out. At this point, they have this similar intelligence factor of a human from like the early 3000 BC. They hit rocks together, make sparks, make fire, that kind of thing. And they were fully grown as well. They landed on their world fully grown, unlike the humans, which had to go through the arduous process of, well, as you can see, evolution. Seolans were fully grown. They had their fingers and toes. What is going on in chat? Quick, give me your card. I am actually considering. Oh my god. I am considering getting a Patreon up and running so that I can do some actual videos, like actual videos. I swear to God. It's like some actual videos, but unfortunately the subscription is like $54 a year, which that's not bad. That's really not bad. That's not bad at all, but it's $54 that I don't have. But if I can get like this editing software subscription, I can start doing more like half decent videos. You guys are goofballs. If I can get that though, nice if I can get that nice subscription, I can start doing like actual videos and I can start putting things together and I can start showing off my art more. And I can do the one thing that I've been trying to do this entire time, which is tell stories. I want to tell my stories. I've actually written out like entire short stories and entire segments of things, and I want to like tell them. I also want to get down on, I really want to get down and dirty on voice acting as well. I mean, I've got a pretty animated voice and face and pretty much everything else, and I am a dainty little flower. I have everything on board for me. However, I need like money in order for all of this to work. I need money. Money. Well, that's not the point. The point is, the biggest part, I believe, is that this is my passion. This is what I really like doing. This is what makes me happy. Making all of this and talking about it and bringing all of these people together to listen to my stories about some of the greatest heroes in the entirety of the Empire, of the Amaze Me Gods universe. Dr. Eero Ports, Commander Felix, Dracolante, Coptiatolante. So further. And I love doing this. It really does make me happy. And any amount of support would be you guys sitting here listening to me yammer on about the Amaze Me Gods. And that makes me so happy. I really do appreciate, my viewers. You guys are really cool. And I really like that you guys like, my stuff. I've worked really hard on this for a really long time, and I don't need to be crying right now. I'm sorry. Ignore me. My point is, thank you. I think the biggest part of this is that your support is just you guys listening. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. Well, one way or another, I am going to end this stream. We're going to cut this off because I told you guys I'm trying to cut my live stream down to 30 minutes. If you guys got me on Discord, which I'm not going to, publicly announce my Discord. Sorry, guys. I got pictures. I got pictures. We got Dr. Eero in the fucking Forever Way, bro. Look at that shit. Hand drawn. This is what the Forever Way looks like. You're Dr. Eero right there. God, it's so fucking cool. I've got fucking, I need to finish that one. I've got detailings of Kragon firearms, which, by the way, Kragon firearms, they're biological weapons. That is a shell that has, oh God, it's so nasty looking. Look at that thing. It accepts, it's grown. The firearm is grown inside of the vat that a Kragon is grown inside. One of these things. Yeah, don't mind the thing in the background. Yeah, that's a nutrients vat. Don't worry about that. Anyway, they will grow in the same chamber as that. Yes, I agree. I agree completely. I'm gonna adjust my witch hat. There we go. The Kragon firearms are grown in their own like vat and stuff, and they're like bio-coded to that Kragon. No other Kragon can pick it up and use it. They're grown in chambers that are made out of aliens. Look at that. Spores. Ugh. Oh, and check out these tiny little cute drawings of Kragon. Oh, these stupid little Kragon protecting their little nest. They're so cute. Oh, yeah. Battle Tentacle. There's a lot to the Amaze Me Gods universe. Like a lot. And that's not the only universe I'm working on. I'm also working on Short Sight. Well, technically, this is the Legend of the God Spear. Hold on. Speaking of Legend of the God Spear, hold on. Y'all ain't ready for this? Battling undead skeletons. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. There's that asshole. Getting his fucking his shit lopped off. Oh, shit. Fuck. I curse a lot on YouTube. I'm really sorry. If I get demonetized, I'm going to be really angry. Where's Merlin? Merlin! Look, it's your character. Merlin Monrose. The Battle Mage. He's pretty badass. Oh. And this is also part of the legend of the legend of the God Spear. This is one of 4 main villains. His name is Sivar the Swift. And if you recognize that little chibi right there, that is the icon. Yeah. The icon of icons. I love Sivar, and Sivar took me like 3 days to complete. It was pretty bad. We got Chavez Irons, one of my young high school drawings. We got Kragon Fights. We got Krog Vittinel. I got cute drawings. I can't show them on YouTube or else I'll get demonetized, even though I'm not getting any money. But You know how it is. And one of the most legendary people in the entirety of the Amazement Gods history, Dracolante. Ah! Look at that man. Oh, that poor man's arm. That man never gets to keep any of his flesh. He's more machine than man by now. Yeah, there you go. Ooh. My cape, it's falling off. I don't need you guys seeing my bare ass shoulders. Well, anyway, I have now officially let this go on for too long, which means I'm going to beat myself up and make more shorts about more stuff. But for those who have sat through the entirety of my 50 minutes, if you liked it, like the whole live stream thing, hit the like button. And if you like my stuff, I'm not going to keep going over an hour. I'm not gonna. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, or do all that extra stuff that that you have to do in order for you to go through the whole process and all that stuff. I don't have to subscribe to my YouTube. I don't have any PayPal stuff yet. So, and once again, financial support is completely optional. You do not have to do it. There is no obligation whatsoever. However, if you do, I might draw a picture for you. So, just saying, art is included. To my viewers, please drink some water, eat a good meal, and take care of yourself and go to sleep at a regular hour. And if you have a cat, kiss it on the head for me because I love cats. I love cats so much. I love cats so much. And for now, peace and salutations. What is that? Peace and prosperity? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, oops. You know how Star Trek can get. They'll be like, oh, you can't do that. But I'm about to hit you guys with I don't know what I mean, I don't want to be like stupid and like make something cringy at the end of all my videos. Being like, oh yeah. No. I'm gonna keep it chill. I'm gonna say like, subscribe. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you subscribe to the channel. I don't want to do that anymore. If you like it, yeah. I am now departing from this good green earth. And now to dust I go, to dust I return. Peace! I will do another live stream coming up in a couple of days, in another week. Stay posted. No! Deceased. You have died. All right. I am now departing. Guten Abend, auf Wiederschnitzel. It is now time. I'm also really hungry and I gotta get something to eat. I'm gonna go play some video games too. Bye.